So it's very hard to be connected with people when you're not being there for people, when they're not seeing who you are. And it creates a lot of loneliness and disconnection. That's when I really decided that the only way to do something really meaningful was to do something about my sort of historic problem of loneliness and isolation. The only way I'm going to be able to have a business bringing people together is if I'm completely myself.
We're always evolving. We are always changing, so that education to understand who we are, that self-actualization, and is empowering, because as we become more of ourselves, as we become more and more comfortable with who we are and not isolating and feeling lonely, that's when we really start feeling like more fulfilled. And I think fulfillment is so important in our lives.
The whole thing with Cuddlist and HearMe is about empowering people. When someone tells you what to do, I know, I'm sure you do things you're not supposed to do, but it's not until you make the decision not to do it.
Correct.
And so I don't think telling people what to do works in general. I think it's almost like when someone gives you unsolicited advice, it's almost their way of saying, I'm kind of done listening to you. I've had enough, right? And we don't give advice. We share, if given permission, something that we've done. And if someone has really, issues that are way beyond what we do, we have a lot of resources that we can give out for all sorts of issues, up to and including like a suicide prevention hotline or handoff. But in general, we're subclinical, meaning we're not designed to solve clinical issues, but evidence shows the more you get things off your chest subclinically, potentially the less clinical needs you will actually have. And the other thing I think is really important is life is stressful. Your day is going to have ups and downs. So the understanding that there will be hard times. So when there are hard times, you're not feeling great, you can say to yourself, Roger, it's like, well, of course, duh, that's just human nature. So I think a lot of people seem to get stuck because things are difficult. And they're like, why is everything difficult? Well, it's difficult because life is difficult. So if you sort of have that understanding, then when it happens, you have a little defense against it.
What does it mean to you to live a fearlessly authentic life?
It means total integration for me. And it means every day making a commitment to be honest, regardless of the consequences of that. And I think if you're clear and then you can be honest in a way that is not aggressive or passive aggressive, it's just being honest. When I'm totally honest with someone else, I'm essentially giving them permission to be totally honest with me, because that's the only way true communication or true connection happens.